Hey YouTube family, welcome back to my channel. You guys really liked the last video where I'm kind of talking about how I saved my first 10,000, but I am more, talking more about my mindset to get here and how I got here. Not really too many tips or like practical steps on like what you can do right now. I think the mindset is very important, and the mindset has to come first before you knock out all these things on my list I have here. um, I recommend you to go watch my last video, because once you get that mindset down of, what is my why, like why I'm doing this, and starting to say no to people and all that, these things are going to feel a lot easier. So number one, it's not just, you know, start living extremely frugal. You are going to pay off all debt first. And yes, that comes with living frugal, like you living not even frugal, but like you just are more aware of your finances. You're more aware of like what you're spending your money on. But that doesn't mean like you can't have coffee. You can't go out and, buy yourself a nice like smoothie or whatever. Like I won't tell you to do that. Um can you do it to save some more money? Because when you think about it, it's crazy that we're spending $8 a day on coffee when you can make it for a couple of cents at home. I mean, yeah, but if that coffee is what's keeping you sane, like if that's the reason that you want to wake up in the morning, like you enjoy going and buying your coffee, or whatever the case may be. I know I enjoy when I go out with my friends, like to go and get a coffee, like I enjoy doing that with them. So it's not about living extremely frugal. If you pay off your debt first, that in itself will save you so much money, because these loans, the people that are selling you these cars with these crazy expensive loans, that they say you're only going to pay, you're paying this price for the vehicle, or this price for whatever it is you're paying back, but they won't tell you too much of how much you're going to end up paying in interest, because you don't know how much you're paying in interest, right? Because it depends how long it takes you to pay that back. So number one, first thing I did was I paid off any kind of debt that I had. And I didn't just say, oh well, I had a friend that said everybody has a car payment, like everybody has a car loan. And that friend I don't talk to too much anymore. Okay. And it's not because of that, but they had that mentality that like it just is what it is. And I'm not like that. Okay. Every dollar is literally like a soldier like working for you. Okay, don't think of it as like, oh, it's just a dollar. No, every dollar is a soldier working for you. And that could mean that you're saving it, you're investing it, you are not spending it carelessly, or you are spending it on, for example, the coffee, like, and it's something that gives you a peace of mind. That's fine. Get very clear about the things that you like and the things that you want to spend your money on or not. Number two is using every resource you have. So this in itself has for sure saved me so much money. And again, that has nothing to do with being extremely frugal or nothing like that. Using every resource you have means, negotiate. When I got my car, I remember going back the next day saying, hey, I looked at the contract and everything. We talked about me not wanting this warranty or whatever, and it was slapped on there. And I'm just like, I don't want this. I never told you I wanted that. And he's just like, oh, okay, well, I can give you, I think we worked out that like for a couple of years I would get free oil changes. That's like $100 a year, a couple $100 a year that I'm not spending anymore. Like, and that in the long run saved me a couple thousands, right? And it was just because I went back and was like, hey, like, this isn't. And another example is disputes on credit cards. Like if you canceled a subscription or something and it went through, or you got a late fee, don't just say, oh no, like I got a late fee, like they charged me for this. Call them and say, hey, I usually make my payments on time. Or if you don't, just say, it was my intention to like pay. I have the money, I just made the payment or whatever. I was charged a late fee, totally had a family emergency or totally had some kind, right? Like, don't just say, okay, well, I got charged late fee. Okay, I got charged this extra and this extra here. And because all of that adds up, and it's money that are going to companies that don't care about you. Like, they're not looking out for your pockets. They're not looking out for you if you have some kind of emergency expense. Like, they don't care. What they care about is how much they're bringing, like how much they're profiting off of you, off of the average consumer. And that's just how it is. Like, credit card offers as well. Like if there are credit card offers or bank account openings like that you can find, there's a ton online. Like, you're going to spend that money anyway, so you might as well get a credit card. You might as well spend it on a credit card. And I'm not saying go into debt. Never did I say that. Listen very closely to what I'm saying. Get a credit card and you start getting points, and that is money back for money that you would have already spent. You were already going to go to the gas station. You already need to get gas. So put it on a credit card and get those points and pay it off. Use credit cards like it's cash. And use credit card offers. Like if you can open a credit card, you don't necessarily plan on using your credit to go and buy a house right now or a car or anything like that. Especially if you're watching my channel, you're probably young, so you're probably not thinking about that. Well, then use your credit cards to get these offers, to get points and things like that. And it's also going to, when I first bought my first car, I was told by the guy there, like, hey, open up a couple credit cards while, like, right now, because that shows that you have good credit. So it's also helping you build credit, especially if you're young and you're in your 20s. Again, it's like, don't be afraid to also, this is something I had to learn, don't be afraid to knock off a few points from your credit if you're young and you're not necessarily planning on buying anything, right? Like any big purchase right now, you're not married or anything like that. So, and then even if you are, sometimes people still don't really use their credit anyway. So you might as well just, use these offers and bank account openings and things like that if you can. Save your money in high yield savings. It takes like 5 minutes maybe to open a high yield savings account and put your money in there. And it's something that's going to be giving you some money back every month, like for saving your money. It's just all these things that you could do that it's just like, it's literally free, and it takes minutes to like apply. It takes like a couple of minutes to do. If you can get financial aid, do that as well. If you have parents that are low income, if you are even low income, you can apply for financial aid. You can apply to go to a community college, take some 1, 2, 3 classes for fun. Like, it doesn't have to, I'm not saying go get a degree, like, but I mean, that's cool too. But realistically, a lot of us have these jobs and we maybe don't have too much time. But even then, you can take 1 or 2 classes. You can be part-time, and the school will pay you for going to school, and you can take online classes. So you're not, wasting time driving there or gas or anything like that. And there are very easy classes that you can take online that only take you like 3 or 4 weeks. So do with that information what you will. All I'm saying is take advantage of every opportunity that you have. If you don't even have 10K saved up, then that tells me you need to take advantage of every opportunity that you have. You really can't even afford to sit here and be like, well, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this. Baby girl, you don't even have 10K saved up, okay? Like, And I say that because I was in that place. And when you're in that place, you are so scared all the time of like, what will happen to me? What if something, I'm in an emergency? Like, that's not a place that you want to live in. But that's that's my last point that I'll get to. Number 3 is know exactly where your money is going. So look at your bank statements, okay? I'm not even gonna lie, like when I started doing this might be actually the best one on the list. But a lot of people won't listen to it, so that's why I put it as number 3, because people don't like this. But you need to hear it, because this was something that I started doing like right away when I noticed that I was starting to carelessly spend my money. I remember thinking, why is it that every time that I open my bank account, like I don't want to look at it. I don't want to have anything to do with it. Like, because I know the truth. I know that I'm spending my money carelessly, and I don't want to look at that. I don't want to feel that guilt when I open up my bank account, right? And something I started doing was like every morning, I'm not even kidding, like every morning, and maybe some can argue that this isn't healthy, I would look at my bank account. Like I would look at it just so that I could get over that fear of, because it was fear that like I would look at my bank account and I wouldn't want to. That's not healthy. That's not healthy. That's not, you're doing yourself a favor. That's not living, you know, a soft life. No, that's, you're scared. You're living in fear. You shouldn't be scared of, your own bank account and to see your own actions and spending habits. That's a sign. And if you do feel like that and you do feel guilty, take it as a sign. Okay? Open up those accounts and feel that guilt, and be real honest with yourself, and cancel any reoccurring memberships that you don't use. Return things that you didn't use. Like maybe you went on a shopping spree that month and you can't even remember what you bought. Well, like return it. You know what I mean? Like I'm all for returning things, especially because sometimes we're there and we're just like, we're already here, like I might as well get 2 3 pants. No, stop that. You know what I mean? um you should be able to list your reoccurring bills from the top of your head. So like if I ask you right now, like what are all your reoccurring bills, you should be able to list them. And you should be able to list them on your hand. And that's because that keeps you from overly having all these subscriptions. It keeps you from not knowing what you're putting your money into. It it makes you become very intentional about where you're spending your money and what you're putting your money into. Um, and also sometimes we're just paying too much for, certain bills and things like that we don't need. Maybe you have like a storage unit you don't need, like, like you, and that's another video for another day that I want to get to. But sometimes having all this stuff is just, it's not helping you save. Like you don't need a lot of stuff, okay? And I want you guys to get over feeling like you need to keep on having stuff. Like there will always be stuff to buy. What there won't be is this peace of mind when you lay your head down at night. Like somebody could look like they have all the stuff in the world, but they're just one catastrophe away from just like going crazy. Okay, why you don't I don't want you to live like that. Number 4 is living below your means. So kind of like number 3, know exactly where your money is going. But it's a little different. So number 4 is you're not having a flashy car if you can't afford it. Listen, as somebody who has worked regular jobs, still I'm a waitress. I still work a regular job. I don't got it, okay? Like I don't got it like that. And I'm not gonna act like I do. I'm not about to be working a minimum wage job, obviously plus tips. But like I've worked 2, 3 jobs at a time. And that feeling of being so tired, but yet my day is gone. And then I go and I give it to these companies, these dealerships who do not care about whether I'm tired or not. Like they just want their bills paid. They just want their loans paid. Like I'm not I'm not about to be spending all my extra money or all my money that cost me so much time and sacrifice to make someone else rich, to give someone else a peace of mind. No, I want that peace of mind for myself. So I'm not carelessly spending. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it so that I can have a brand on my car so I can impress people that don't really care about me, because if they really cared about me, they wouldn't care about the car that I'm driving. They wouldn't care if it's a Honda, a Toyota. They don't care, cuz they love me for me, okay? And yeah, live below your means. Another thing is, if you can live with a roommate, if you can still live with your parents, take full advantage of that. Don't be so quick to, oh, I'm gonna move out because, my parents pissing me off. Like, but you really have a good relationship with them. Or, you can live with a roommate, you can live with a friend, but you just are being so like prideful, and you would rather say, I'm doing it by myself, I'm living on my own. And it's like you're so stressed. Like now you can't even go out every once in a while. You can't do anything because you said, I'm gonna live by myself. Like I don't need anyone. Stop being prideful. Stop doing it. Live with, if you can't afford that rent. Like look, I don't blame you. I live in San Diego, California. Rent is crazy. And I'm so glad as soon as I, turned 18 or whatever, like I wasn't like, okay, let me just live on my own because I feel like I can. Like, no, I pay rent, but I share an apartment. So it's like I'm not paying a complete, and that's okay. I'm realistic about where I am in life. Another thing is buying an expensive car or buying a car that you can't afford. It's not just about that it's super, super, super expensive and that loan is going to be eating away at your money. It's actually not even just that won't allow you to save money. It's also the fact that the parts of the car, the gasoline is more expensive, the maintenance, there is so much more that goes into it. And not just with cars, but with everything you buy. Everything comes with an additional cost, an additional kind of maintenance, an additional, like, it's like taking a rent in your brain. So, or space, not rent. So you want to have some breathing room when it comes to your bills. Your bills should not be no 90% of your take home pay. Like you shouldn't have just 10% left over to save. Like a little bit is better than nothing. I understand everybody's situations are different, and some of us, we tried everything, and maybe you have to live alone. But then don't be going out like every weekend. Don't be, you see what I'm saying? Like, how serious are you about this? And that brings me into point number 5 is remembering your why. If you have kids, do it for the kids, okay? If you don't have kids, do it for your future kids. If you don't know if you're going to have kids or not, do it for your future. Do it because finally maybe, you grew up. And I mean, me personally, I grew up with a single mother. Like, I want at least like one point in my life to feel like safe. I want to feel like, why does everything always have to feel scary? Like, I don't want to live like that anymore. So I'm gonna save my 10K so that I can have that peace of mind that if something happens, it's okay. You know, like I have some money for an emergency. It's like having 10K is the bare minimum. Like I don't know why that's not on more people's mind. Like that's the bare minimum of what you should have saved. Period. Um Another wise like options, to some people 10K isn't any money at all, but if you're watching this and you're like me, you work a regular job, maybe you didn't grow up with anything, then 10K is really life-changing money to you, because it's like, again, you're one catastrophe away, like from just your whole life. Like what if you just get fired? There was two people that got fired at my job a couple of weeks ago, and it was like within the same week. They just got fired. They just got let go. These people have years there. Years. So I'm thinking, like, why wouldn't they fire? I know I'm a good worker, but even then, like, they could just say they want to fire me just because. Like, that's the thing. These people don't really owe you, like, a explanation. They're gonna write an explanation, you know, to be all legal, but like they can fire you at any given moment and fire somebody else, especially if it's like a regular job. They're just like, I can get, you know, another person at any time. So what 10K does for you is it gives you options. Okay, you know, if I really had to quit this job, could I be okay for 6 months? Would my living expenses be okay for 6 months? And that kind of peace of mind is priceless to me. And once you get it, you could become so addicted to it, and whatever you were doing before, you want to continue to do it. Like, just because I have 10K saved up don't mean I'm gonna just start acting a fool and I'm just like, okay, well, I can go and I can buy in a luxury apartment, have the deposit for it. Like, no, you become obsessed with this because of the why that you are doing it. So remembering your why is very important. You even have an opportunity to like go to a class that you've been wanting to go to forever. Maybe you've always wanted like some kind of camera for content creation. I don't know, now you can buy it. Or maybe you've always wanted to try a program, a cooking class. Like you just feel like there's this thing that you need to do. It's been eating away at you. Like you just like are like, I just don't have the money for it. I don't have, maybe you do need to move cities. Maybe that's like the one thing you feel like will completely change your life. Okay, well, now you actually can do it, right? Because you have that money saved up. That's that's it. That's all I have for today. Just I yeah, like it's just like, why is it this, like, the last one might be the most important. They're all really key points, and these are things that I wrote down that I truly did and do. Just like, I didn't research, you know, like how to save your first 10. Like, these are things that I just started to do, and the money appeared, right? Appeared. I mean, I worked hard, but remembering these things is what helped keep me on track. So let me know if you guys like this video, and I'm excited to continue to post, to be honest, because I feel like a lot of people need this kind of motivation, and just know like it's possible. If I did it, I didn't have any kind of help, then you can definitely do it too. And I think this is like, if this is on your algorithm, then this is like definitely a sign for you to do it as well. I think you're watching this video for a reason, and I'm really glad that you're starting to get, you know, in alignment with that. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And please comment. I would love to hear what you guys have to say, what you guys need help with, and things like that. Bye.